Hi, I'm Graham Haynes. I'm here to talk about my concert on the Interpretation Series on December 7th. I have two of my chamber pieces being performed, one string quartet, one flute ensemble, and one piece with cornet and electronics. I got the idea to write the string quartet from Ornette Coleman. I would run into Ornette and ask him to explain the whole harmonic concept to me, and he would try to explain it his way. Actually, I have little pieces of paper where he wrote things, and I understand a lot of people have these pieces of paper where he tried to explain what harmonic. But he told me at one point, he said, write a string quartet, then you'll understand what harmonics is. And that was many years ago. That was 20 years ago. So I've been working a lot with Adam Rudolph, and the string quartet is utilizing a melodic series, what he calls matrices. And it's using one of the matrices that I got from Adam Rudolph that I used to start this string quartet. So Momenta String Quartet is going to perform my string quartet, which is my first string quartet. And Stephanie Griffin is someone I met through Adam Rudolph, through the Organic Orchestra, and I've known her for a while. And she's an incredible player, and she's an incredible leader. And she told me some time ago that she would like to take a crack at performing a quartet. So the flute ensemble piece, I kind of got the idea from Henry Threadgill. I had seen him writing music for flute ensembles, and I always kind of had that in the back of my mind. The piece, there's a section of the piece, the prelude of the piece is kind of dedicated to Butch Morris, who's someone I worked with and was very friendly with for a number of years. The opening of it kind of deals with some language that he used to use a lot in his conductions. Michel Gentile is somebody that I met also through Adam Rudolph and the Organic Orchestra. So I said, well, would you like to put a group together to perform this piece? He said, yeah, sure. So I said, okay, well. So I started writing this piece, and then I realized that it was turning into like a fugue. So it's a fugue. It's a fugue with a prelude based off of a melodic theme that I wrote, and as fugues work, each flute plays this theme, and then they embellish on it. My solo with electronics and cornet is a piece that I'm calling Killing Time and Carving Space, and it's a solo cornet with electronics. And the whole idea of it and the title itself is that, time is something that is not really definite. Sometimes I wonder whether time actually exists, whether it's relative. I'm used to doing a lot of solo and duo cornet and electronics where I really tried consciously to manipulate and bend time and stretch it and kind of disguise it, So that's the whole idea of what I'm going to try to do, and hence the title, Killing Time and Carving Space. What I'm going to perform is going to be much different than the pieces, in the chamber pieces that I wrote, which deal with time in their own way, but this is something that's really, really kind of abstracting time. What I'm doing particularly with these chamber pieces is kind of leading to a bigger thing, which is working with the orchestra. I, over the last few years, found myself playing with different orchestras in improvisation, working with Adam Rudolph, Organic Orchestra, working with Butch Morris and some of his orchestras. And I've always been intrigued by the orchestra itself and working with large groups and large forms, and also working with electronics and electronic instruments and some world instruments. I think that's why I'm taking the chamber pieces, trying to work with sections of the orchestra in a sense to learn orchestration and learn how to write long form pieces. That I will eventually write the orchestral works using some of these themes, ideas, and improvisation, and using the different colors like electronics. Okay, so I'm doing a solo with electronics, and I'm known for working with electronics, and so now this is working with orchestral instruments, and ultimately the idea is to fuse all this stuff. I mean, all the things I've been working with over the years, I hope to fuse together inside of one concept. These pieces that I've written, the chamber works, are through composed pieces, and I've been wanting to do pieces like this for a while. As an improviser, you're always composing anyway. But, you get an idea, you're improvising, and you have all these things at play that you have to kind of state what you're stating and do the embellishment, and it has to be, it's all spontaneous. And it's a challenge that way, but when you're composing, you can take your time and flesh out an idea and take all the time and try to perfect. It's all about trying to perfect the idea. So that's why, so you stop time. When you're improvising, you're in real time and you have a limited amount of time, and that's it.